One of the most common and most deceptive practices of C-suite types is what I call innovation signaling. You've heard of virtue signaling? That's when someone publicly says or does something mainly to show others that they're good people, that they have good values, good beliefs. They might or might not actually be a good person in private, but they really want the world to think they are. Well, innovation signaling is the business version of that. Even if you're spending all your tech dollars on maintaining your crusty old tech stack, if you're asked in the world out there to answer questions about your tech investments, you'll probably answer with a tiny little white lie about how much you're investing in, oh, I don't know, AI. Hell, if the owner of my local bodega was interviewed by CNBC, I'm pretty sure he'd mention how he's been investing in how to make my cheesesteaks with quantum computing. Welcome to week 4, day 25 of starting your side hustle. We're taking 28 days, 28 small steps to build a business that's meaningful, impactful, and profitable. I'm taking a cash day because I want to take my kids and show them some colleges like my alma mater. I changed my hat so that they're inspired. Okay, this week's goal is scalability. So we're absolutely positively going to talk about the value of partnerships. But for most early stage hustles, chasing partnerships is a really expensive hobby. So today we're going to think about it a little differently. Not by talking about how to do virtue signaling or innovation signaling, but some quality partner signaling. So forget everything you've heard about networking and outreach and hustling for partners. The real skill isn't finding the right partner. It's becoming the kind of partner others want to find. We're talking about how to signal your values and your interests in partnerships so clearly, so consistently, that other institutions, clients, competitors, even industry leaders do the work of reaching out to you, eager to invest their time, their resources, their reputation in a partnership with you. Today's questions. 1, what are the top 3 signals you could send through your brand, your content, your action that would make an ideal partner think, we need to work with them? And 2, if you could only invest in one signal this month, one that would make others want to partner with you, what would it be? And because we always measure what matters, how would you track that one signal's impact? Both questions matter. First one, because most founders waste a ton of time chasing partnerships that never materialize. By focusing on the signals you send, you shift from chasing to attracting. This question forces you to think like that C-suite person who always is innovation signaling. What are you broadcasting to the market that makes you irresistible to partners? So question number 1, it's all about optics, credibility, the subtle art of just being seen as a safe bet. Question number 2 matters because not all signals are created equal. Investing in the right one, whether it's thought leadership, open source contributions, unique customer experiences, just a bubbly personality, can dramatically increase inbound partnership interest. This second question helps you prioritize and measure so you know which signal is actually moving the needle. Okay, take a moment and try to answer the day 25 questions for your hustle without AI and before you listen to the next section, the 28-day Ivy League MBA. I personally think it's useful to try to answer questions without AI first, but if you'd rather do that, the AI teaching assistant prompt will drop with today's case study in a couple hours. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Lunch Break Millionaire Day 0 or go over to superserious.com where I'm posting daily transcripts. The AI prompts are there too. That's it. Hustle smarter. Super valuable business / parenting advice, given that I'm parenting later today and only later today. And when my twin boys were cute little monsters and they tell me they want a new toy, I look at them right in their big, beautiful eyes and tell them, well, I want a pony. It's that kind of quality parenting that will land you in a sustainable hustle and eventually land me in an old age home. Week 4, day 25, part 2 of Lunch Break Millionaire, where we turn whatever you're eating for lunch into an Ivy League MBA degree. For today's lunch, we're going to do what fancy restaurants call a signature tasting menu, where each little course is a deliberate choice, a demonstration of what the chef does best. Those menus, and everyone talking about them, are the main reasons others seek out that chef. The idea is that if we, like the best chefs in the world, can deliver the kinds of experiences that people talk about, if we can paint ourselves as fun to partner with, fun to chase, well, our potential partners will chase us. Today, I'm going to be dancing around the idea that all the business literature is completely right when it talks about the massive value of partnerships, of what the jargonists call joint value creation. And I'm dancing around because there's stuff you need in the early days of your hustle: food, shelter, a good product market fit, and stuff you want but can't afford, like a pony. So, what in your early days is the pony alternative? Strategic signaling, today's MBA skill. It's the art of positioning yourself as the kind of partner others want to be seen with, to invest in, to learn from. It's what MBA professors called competitive signaling or reputational arbitrage, because, they love big words that make them sound smart. Here's how it works. You start by going back to week 1 exercises, mapping your core strengths and your unique value. Then you intentionally design signals by jumping to our week 2 exercises, content, which are essentially your public persona and public commitments. Look for content or create new content that highlights your specific strengths as a partner without saying that's what you're doing in the content. And do it in a way that's visible and credible to your target partners. You might not be in your head making content for anyone other than your potential clients. Well, that's a mistake. Take a step back and expand how you think about content creation. Make content that makes partners want to partner. Just make sure that those signals are authentic, they're consistent, maybe a little vulnerable, the things that are hard to fake. If you're still scratching your head, let's do 3 quick exercises. Exercise 1, what I call a signal audit. Take a napkin and draw 3 columns, label them strengths, signals, and impact. Under strengths, list your top 3 business or personal differentiators. Under signals, brainstorm ways you could make each strength visible to potential partners, like content about your recently published case study or you hosting a roundtable about anything other than AI, because everyone's doing that. And under impact, write down how you'd measure the effect of each signal, like the number of inbound partnership DMs, any media mentions, any social shares. Don't throw away that napkin. We're going to need it in a second. Normally, you can throw it away because most exercises are really just meant to tickle the part of your brain that requires constant tickling. But okay, let's move on to exercise 2, what we'll call a signal experiment. Pick one of the signals from your now messy napkin. Commit to blowing it the hell out for the next 2 weeks. Track the results. Did it get inbound DMs? Reflect on it. Was it a clear signal? Think about it. Did it attract the kind of attention that you want? What would you change? Then change it. Rinse, repeat. Exercise 3, a blast from my own past. Imagine that you're a bank CIO or another founder. What signals would make you want to partner with a startup or a solo founder? Write down your top 3 reasons. They don't have to be unbelievably awesome. Just write them down. Now, ask yourself, how many of those signals are you sending today? What's one you could start sending tomorrow? If it's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. And you know what's worth doing? Competitive signaling, reputational arbitrage, strategic signaling, or in just plain English, hey, I'm fun to work with. Come work with me. That's how you hustle smarter. Signaling is huge in the business world. If you ever watched any CEO or CIO talk publicly about their investments in the latest tech trends, AI, cloud, whatever, you should know that back at the office, they're quietly focusing on more substantive stuff, less flash, less innovation. The public messaging is never about the tech itself. It's about signaling strength, stability, forward thinking, leadership. And the signal is directed at clients, competitors, partners. This is day 25, part 3 of Lunch Break Millionaire. This is the segment where we hashtag build in public, where I answer the daily questions every hustle should using the MBA skills we just learned, showing my work, sharing how I'm building my hustle from scratch. No filters, just the real journey. You don't need to actually like or subscribe. I'm not doing this for the clicks. But if you're leveling up from other creators you follow or know, introduce us. I want to learn from them and help them level up too. We all deserve better than just making rich people richer. Okay. I was originally going to make today's MBA lesson about how to chase partnerships. Honest to God. But it's a bad use of your time. In my previous hustles, I chased. And what I learned was that I should instead focus on building and sharing the work that shows who I am. Check out my YouTube channel, zero sales, just me try to show you how to succeed in banking and now how to succeed in building a business while you're succeeding in banking. The result? Partners reach out to me. They're working off my old playbook, chasing others, asking how they can work together. To every one of them, I say, the best partnerships were never the ones I chased. They were the ones that found me because I made myself impossible to ignore. That's your goal, your lesson. The most successful partnerships are built on mutual recognition of value. You should be signaling your strengths, making it easy for others to see why partnering with you is worth their time. Instead of chasing, work on your reputation, work on your credibility, work on delivery, and then signal the hell out of it. Okay, that's it. The biggest leaps by far in any hustle come when you find the right partners, people's, brands, organization that help you reach new audiences, they help you unlock new skills, or they just make your offer stronger. When potential partners approach you, figure out if they share your mission, if they complement your strengths, if they can open doors you want opened that you can't open yourself. Maybe it's a creator with a different audience, a brand with resources you need, or a business that offers a service your customers would also like. The key is to evaluate partners based on what they bring to the table that makes your hustle better, and vice versa. It always needs to be mutually beneficial. I can't stress that enough. It's all about how do we benefit from this, because the best partnerships all have one thing in common. They're win-win-win. I actually said it 3 times. Good for you, good for your partner, and most importantly, good for both sets of customers, both sets of audiences. That's how you hustle smarter. Okay. Even though I'm always thinking about how to scale meditorial and super serious, I also know that partnerships don't happen on the 25th day in on a new hustle. They take time because they require you to build a reputation that's based on successfully delivering value, the kind of reputation that grows by word of mouth from people you serve. And I can demonstrate that I've learned all this because you're watching my journey. Question 1 was, what are the top 3 signals you could send through your brand, your content, or your actions that would make an ideal partner think, we need to work with him? For me, it's, this guy has the experience. He wants me to succeed. He wants to help. All 3 of those statements are invitations to partner. And question number 2 was, if you could invest in one signal this month, one that would make others want to partner with you, what would it be? And for me, that's, this guy's committed. He's using his time to create hours and hours of mind-numbingly boring garbage so he can find ways to help me. Another invitation to partner. See, easy enough. Now go do your piece.